Hey everyone, Wes here, Wesberg Tarot, taking a little bit of time to kind of follow up on an assignment, coming from a card of the day transmission that I did last week, kind of revolving around the High Priestess and the use of intuition and just this general notion of what intuition is and can be for people. So I've got some stuff to unpack here. I'll just kind of retell the story quickly. Last week I did a card of the day, and it was the High Priestess. And before I actually recorded the video, like I normally do, I just kind of looked at the card, started to dial in and kind of get an idea of what the card was supposed to be specifically for that day. And as I was doing that, and I was kind of dialing in about the High Priestess and intuition, because that's what that card's really all about. What came to me was to offer the viewers that I was going to make this recording for this opportunity to kind of do a bit of an assignment, to do this kind of exercise revolving around intuition, and just to kind of see what would happen. The exercise was to consider your intuition not as kind of this internal kind of inner voice, something that's very kind of internal, but as this actual room that you are in, this kind of super externalized way of trying to look at your intuition. And if you did that, what came to you? What was there anything specific that came to you? Did the room have a particular shape? Was there a certain kind of feeling? I kept it really vague because I felt like I was supposed to, and perhaps to my detriment. I mean, looking back, it might not be the clearest thing as far as a request for people, but I also wanted to keep it really kind of vague and quick because I just wanted to give people like a general sense of what it was and not get too specific, not get too mental about it, and see if anything came from it. And I was going to do the exercises myself, and since then I've actually done the exercise a whole lot of times, so I don't have like one particular big experience. There are times when I kind of sat down, tried to kind of visualize this idea of what my intuition would look like as far as a room, and I've gotten everything from like just being in the room that I'm in, but just really feeling kind of an extra layer of connection to it, to like feeling like I'm in a spaceship almost, and kind of looking at the world and space and different things. So I've had lots of different experiences, and how this idea of my intuition kind of manifesting it, its perception kind of presenting itself by doing this exercise. And that's great. And that's kind of what I was encouraging other people to try and do as well, because really I think in the end what came to me, and the whole point of doing this exercise, was just this idea of being able to kind of play with and get outside of a fairly preconceived notion of what intuition is supposed to be. The High Priestess, when it shows up, you know 9 times out of 10 you can always just say, hey, use your intuition, or the use of your intuition is going to be an important thing. And that can be a really cool, significant thing, but it can be super vague. I mean, it could be like just any kind of platitude, like go out and do good in the world, or eat your vegetables. I mean, to say use your intuition as well intended, and perhaps would resonate for you at a later time in terms of what it could mean, it's not real specific. And I don't know, felt compelled to try and at least offer something that kind of helped connect people maybe with this idea more of what their intuition can be for them, hence the exercise. So I don't know, I didn't really get much results. People didn't post a lot. I didn't expect a lot of results to come from that, but I just wanted to make the idea, just kind of present this idea through the use of tarot, and this whole idea of intuition, just to kind of challenge people just a little bit to consider something where your intuition isn't this super internal kind of going within process, because I mean it can be, and lots of value in that, but it can also be more than that. It can be this kind of externalization. You can kind of extend yourself and your intuition out, and that can be super technical feeling, right? That could be trying to connect your intuition with a person or a thing, or I mean, it can have that kind of psychic feel to it, but it can also just be this way of being able to kind of get out of yourself, kind of get this larger, bigger definition of what intuition means to you, kind of put more tools in your toolbox as far as what intuition can mean and how it can be utilized. Yes, I know it's kind of vague. I realize that it's kind of on purpose meant to be vague, because your intuition, it's like everyone sees colors different. Everyone has a different take and use of their intuition. It's going to be as unique as that person, and it's going to be potentially different every time you use it. It's hard to pin down in that way. But it's like air. Intuition exists. Utilization of that intuition exists. So I hope this doesn't seem too long-winded. I guess my point was really in the end, just to do a quick kind of report, I think half the reason that this whole assignment came to me was just to really present this idea that your intuition can be something more than just this kind of internal looking within process. There's value in that. And also perhaps just something fun might come from doing the exercise itself. That's it, y'all. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a post here in whatever medium I've posted this in. Love to hear any feedback. All right, y'all. Take care.